Good afternoon, everyone. Hope everyone is enjoying the sunshine, enjoying the summer. This is a very exciting time for Welwyn Hatfield Borough Council. This is our first ever council sort of run community lottery scheme in Welwyn Hatfield. So you are part of our history. So thank you so much for everyone who has signed up to the good courses so far. We are really excited about our launch. And I have double checked with Joyce. Apparently, as chief exec, I can take part and I can win the prizes. But obviously, this is it's not a fix. It is completely independently run by Gatherwell. And I could see that we've got some representative on the Gatherwell who could clarify that point that the chief exec can definitely take part and can definitely win. Yep, I could see that Joyce is smiling, so I think I am, saying the right things. So yeah, and just a massive thanks to our council team as well. I know that Joyce and her team have worked so hard to get this up and running, working together with Gatherwell and also working together with our councillors, with our grants board to get all the details up and running. So we're all looking forward to the massive big launch and the first prize draw, and also don't forget to to buy the tickets, which will be in September, in about 3 weeks' time, isn't it? Okay, so you're probably sick of hearing from me. I will now pass over to, is it to Gatherwell, Milan?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for that, Carl. And to echo those comments, it is an auspicious day. And I want to thank all of you for coming along today. It's going to be an amazing thing for you, the good causes in Welwyn Hatfield. So we're very proud to be able to bring this and to echo those comments. Also, thanks to Joyce and Milan and the wider council team for working so hard to bring this new fundraising opportunity to you, the wonderful good causes of Welwyn Hatfield. So today we're just going to go through. I'm going to introduce to you what the One Welwyn Hatfield Community Lottery is all about, how it's going to benefit you, the good causes, and I'll give you the perspective from your supporters and how they can actually give to you via the community lottery, how it will work, for you as good causes and things like that. So yeah, as you can see, I think 2019 or so was the first conversation we had with Car, which would be from our general manager Phil Wright. So it's been a bit of a journey to get to this stage. So we're very happy that we can be here at the good cause launch phase of the launching of the lottery. My name is Josiah, by the way. You can call me Joe if you wish. I run the good causes team here at Gatherwell, and been in a number of these launches and sort of working closely with different local authorities and CVSs when it comes to, explain to good causes how you can boost your fundraising, supplement your income to continue the amazing and great work that you do. And we as Gatherwell, we run about 140 of these community lotteries across the UK, or Great Britain rather. And so yeah, we're very pleased to be able to bring this into Welwyn Hatfield there. In addition to me taking you through how it works for your supporters and you, the amazing good causes, I'll also sort of detail how the split of the pound works. So, what you can expect to get back from your fundraising via lottery tickets, and what we can provide you as Gatherwell to support you on this journey. So let's get stuck into it today, shall we? How it all works. So firstly, what we're bringing into Welwyn Hatfield is a weekly lottery. As Carr said, this will kick off on the 19th of September in terms of ticket sales. So, from ticket sales will begin. There'll be I think 3 or 4 weeks period, where the sort of ticket sales begin. You as good causes will start telling people, hey, we've signed up to Welwyn Hatfield Community Lottery. It's a weekly draw that occurs every Saturday at 8 p.m. And if you buy a ticket, we're going to get a bit of a 50% of that ticket sale, and you have the chance to win amazing prizes there. The tickets, they cost just £1 a week. And so, your supporters can choose a variety of different ways of supporting you there. It's a low, barrier in terms of cost to enter, the weekly lottery there. And it just gives everyone a nice chance to support you as good causes. They also might win something through the support that they're giving to you. And as it says there, the six numbers, so people can play multiple lines, but really it's just six numbers, so it's it keeps the odds relatively low in terms of winning cash prizes there. Now, from this perspective, what it will be like is, if I was someone in the Well Hat community and I was coming to the website, I could go there and I could find, a list of good causes there to be able to, choose to support and things like that. However, what you'd actually really want to be doing is directing people to your good cause page, saying, hey, we've joined the lottery, and then they can go ahead and buy a ticket. And as I said, you'll get a bit of that ticket there. People can support you in terms of buying the tickets in a variety of ways. Direct debit, it's a pretty standard way of giving or asking for funds in terms of fundraising for good causes and charities at the moment. Or they can also purchase by debit card as well. And that's a recurring payment. So direct debit or debit card, they can choose to support you every single month. Or of course they can actually buy sort of blocks of one-off tickets as well. So they can buy a period of 5 weeks or so, which is what we'd consider to be a month, and that's because it's to cover those periods where there may be 5 draws within a month, and they can also buy blocks of 3, 6, and 12 months as well to support you. And then when it comes to the actual sort of administering of whoever wins, whether it be cash prize or one of the super draw prizes, which I'll talk about a little bit later, all of this is automatic and done by the system. System emails will contact people who support you in your cause saying, hey, you've won. We'll pay the funds into their accounts automatically. So there's very little effort for you to do as a good cause to actually, get the prize to your supporter. However, of course, we'll notify you and you'll be able to see, some of your supporters who have won, so you can contact them, get a quote for them, and then pop that out to your community, to, your supporter base to say, hey, sign up. We've already had a winner that supported us on, the one Welwyn Hatfield Community Lottery there. So once again, we've got the website there. This is live, right? So if you want to benefit from boosted fundraising, go to wellhatcommunitylottery.co.uk. You can see all the details there. People can sign up, as good causes from today. £1 a week to buy tickets. They can buy direct debit or debit cards, and they can buy one-off tickets or recurring tickets, and all the notifications of winners is done by the system there. Now, what does it mean in terms of what are you going to get from this for when you sell a ticket? So one of the things that we're quite proud of in terms of what we do here at Gatherwell is being able to retain 60% of all proceeds of the community lotteries that we run directly back to the local communities of which the lotteries belong to. So 60% of all ticket sales on the community lottery within Welwyn Hatfield are going to go back to good causes. Now, that in itself has a split within it. So you as a good cause, every single ticket that you sell, you'll get 50% back to you. And then of that ticket, 10% is going to go into a community fund or a central fund that will actually be run or handled rather by the council themselves, the borough council. Now from that, the council may want to see sort of how much is actually raised within that 6 month to a year period or so, for them to decide, okay, how do we actually distribute this back into the community, whether it's by grant processes, grant programs, or particular projects that are going to be quite important to your local community. Of course, in due time, I'm sure the council will come out, after they've made a decision how they're going to go about that. But really, the top line here is 60% back to good causes within Welwyn Hatfield, which 50% goes directly back to you. We pay that out to you as well every single month directly into your bank account. So it's going to give you a little bit more, certainty. It may not replace all of your fundraising channels. It is a way for it to supplement them. If there's a particular project or service that you're wanting to launch, that you're wanting to raise money for, this, based off of your ticket sales, you can have projections where you can go, okay, great, in about 19 weeks or so, we should have X amount of pounds sitting in the bank so that we actually can refurbish, part of the clubhouse, or fit new lights into the change rooms at the football club or whatever it may be. So 60% back to good causes, 50% directly back to you. Of that, we've got 20% that go towards funding the overall prizes. I will go in terms of what the cash prizes are that we run, in addition to the monthly super draw bonus prizes that we run as well. But 20% goes back to funding that overall pool there. Then we've got 20% that goes towards the running costs of the lottery. We facilitate payment gateways to take debit card payments and direct debit payments via the banks, the hosting of the website, bits and pieces like that, right? So that's why you have 20% going, to sort of the running of that, the paying of that, and bits and pieces like that. We're actually quite proud when it comes to keeping it at 20%. Since we sort of started the community lotteries and offering this sort of fundraising avenue for good causes, the price of the lottery ticket at £1 hasn't changed since then. And I think we all know the cost of living and the cost of things have gone up majorly. So for us to be able to keep it at 20% is something that we're quite proud of there. So that's largely how the pound is split. Now, in terms of what are the prizes, I did mention the prize pool and I did mention cash winnings, which your wonderful supporters will have a chance to win, and they will win. So as I mentioned, it's 6 numbers, right, that people can choose from to be able to win the lottery there, or rather win the jackpot. So the weekly jackpot is £25,000 every single week. If you're familiar with other sort of, charity lotteries there, in terms of, you may see a hospice and things like that. A lot of the time there's this rollover factor, right? So it builds up over time. With what we can provide you, it's every single week, £25,000 that one of your supporters will have a chance of winning. And that's if they match all the 6 numbers, of course. And that goes off quite frequently, across all of the lotteries that we run there. If they match 5 numbers, it's a £2,000 prize. Then you got your £250 prize when it comes to matching 4 numbers. 3 numbers are £25, and then of course if you match 2, you do get your supporters will get 3 free tickets, and all that's handled by the system automatically. Nothing for them to do. Automatically entered into the next draw, and it's just another way to provide people with the winning feeling. So basically, 1 in 50 odd chance of winning a prize when it comes to the structure there, and then just to reiterate, £25,000 every single week. On the off chance that there were 2 supporters or so that were playing and supporting you, the good causes in Welwyn Hatfield, if they both actually had the same winning matching numbers, both of those supporters will actually win £25,000. There's no sharing, there's no splitting. So yeah, when you look at other sort of lotteries and how they run, pretty good odds if you ask me. Now, I did mention, yes, we do cash prizes as well, but we also do the sort of super draw bonus prizes, which is sort of a new sort of brand that we've recently launched. We've always provided monthly prizes, but we're sort of making it a little bit zhuzhed up and spruced up to be able to make people supporting you via a community lottery a little bit more enticing. So every single month, we'll offer a new prize. So a recent one we had was a £1,000 Airbnb voucher. You can use it on a staycation, stay locally, or of course, if people were going abroad, they could use it there if they so wish. The first draw, so on the 14th of October, there'll be a localized prize specifically for Welwyn Hatfield. So someone on the lottery has a guaranteed chance to win an iPad. It's a 64 gig iPad. It's pretty cool. People can use it, for work or study if they want to give it to their child or the kids or whatever it may be. And then, we have other prizes. Just as an example, it's a £1,500 IKEA voucher as well if people want to get a new couch or little bits and bobs to spruce up their house if they so need. So what this isn't like a separate draw. It is a raffle that people are automatically entered into if they do, have direct debits or tickets into the weekly lottery. This is just a raffle that everyone else gets put into as an added way to give you a variety of ways to actually entice people to incentivize their giving, right? It's not just the weekly cash prize that's based on the odds. There are these, national raffles that must be won, right? There's always a winner. Of course, the jackpot may not always go off because you need to match the numbers, right? It's chance. Where this one, it's a raffle. Someone will definitely win when we pick the winner. So it's quite cool. And what this does is it feeds into the other sort of parts of the platform that we provide you when it comes to taking the burden off of you, when it comes to creating creative assets for your marketing and advertising, you being a part of the One Welwyn Hatfield Community Lottery. Now, of course, probably the most important part of this presentation is really detailing to you, because this is really all about you, the good causes in Welhat. This is actually really largely for you to be able to help you. So how does it work for you? So once again, as I mentioned, the lottery website is live. We already have had a number of causes actually already sign up that are ready to go live. Some of you may have even received emails from the lottery support email address already, encouraging you to sign up or to attend this event today. So firstly, what you'd want to do is you'd want to navigate to this website, and you'll see in the top right it says, "Are you a good cause?" And you can go in there and just explain bits and bobs around how the lottery works and sort of the benefits and the services that we actually provide you when it comes to signing up as a good cause. Now, if you were to go through the registration process, you will create your own sort of user account, right? Your own personal login. And the main reason as to why that is the case is because you'll actually be the administrator of your good cause page on the lottery. Because every good cause will get their own page, their own fundraising page on the lottery that's specific to you and what you do and what your targets are, in terms of what you're fundraising towards and things like that. So what we'll do is you go ahead, pop in some information about yourself, and then you pop in some information about the good cause. Are you a registered charity? If you are, you pop in your charity number. Are you a community interest company? Are you a football club? Bits and pieces like that. And so what you'll do is you pop in some information, and you can choose whether the services that you're providing or the projects that you're working on are benefiting a particular region, area within Welwyn Hatfield, or whether it's covering the whole borough. And basically, once you do that, you go through and you send in that application, and that will come to one of the lovely members of the council team who will be saying, "Okay, great. Oh yes, we know you. You're a good cause. We know what you do in the community. We don't need sort of any other bits and pieces to sort of prove who you are." And you'll go through and then you get approved. If there's other bits and pieces that need to sort of be looked into, like looking at your bank to make sure that the people who are managing the bank account are two unrelated signatories, or even just double checking to see that you have a constitution and things like that, just to make sure you indeed are a good cause that's eligible to join the lottery. If you actually go onto the Welhat Community Lottery website, if you scroll right down to the bottom in the footer, on the right, there'll be a little link there that says good causes terms. It actually outlays, what are the criteria for you to be a good cause to actually sign up onto the lottery there. Really, the main thing is, yes, you're a non-for-profit and you're benefiting people within Welwyn Hatfield and not sort of in other areas there. And once you get approved, it's really up to you to then start telling your supporters, "Hey, we've joined the lottery. We're going to get 50% of every ticket that we sell. We're fundraising for X, Y, Z, and you may win awesome prizes when it comes to cash or an iPad or MacBook and things like that." And then from there, that's really it for you. For what you need to do is just market to your supporters. Say support us via the community lottery, and from there, raise funds. As I mentioned a couple of slides ago, every single amount of funds that you raise will pay out to you every single month. Usually that happens on the first Tuesday of the month. So yeah, just keep an eye out for that. So basically, the first draw occurs in October. So you would expect the first Tuesday in November is when the funds that you've raised will actually start coming in. One thing I'd like to clarify quickly as well is that ticket sales launch on the 19th of September. And so if you sign up today, and I really do hope that you all do, because this is something that will definitely benefit you. I've seen it allow sports clubs and all sorts of charities be able to achieve things that they were unable to do, outside of grant program seasons, normally annual and things like that. This is sort of giving you more certainty. But the one thing I want to clarify here is that if you do sign up and you get approved today, basically the 19th of September is when all the action kicks off. That's when your good cause page will build. You'll have access to the dashboard that's in the back end for you to manage your page, see ticket sales and things like that, which I'll touch on a little bit later. So visit the site, set up your account, apply for your good cause. You may get an email from the council just to say, "Hey, can you send us this or that?" Should be very quick. And then you get approved. And then basically from the 19th of September, you'll get all the marketing material that we generate for you. And you'll be able to start raising funds from the 19th. And then, as I mentioned, the first draw is on the 14th. So after that first draw on the 14th, from there, every single Saturday is when it'll go into that weekly cadence of the lottery. And when you can actually start, seeing all the funds that you've raised. here is an example, I guess, of what the cause page looks like currently. We are a tech company focused on helping charities. So of course we are in the middle of sort of redesigning this, but this is what it would look like currently. We are going to make it a little bit more engaging in the future, where you'll be able to actually post updates onto your cause page when you're hitting certain milestones, like, hey, we have 50 supporters, or we've just raised £500. We've managed to be able to, supply new uniforms or pay for coaches for the under 16s team, whatever it may be, right? But this is the good cause page. So you have your cause logo there. This is not a real charity. I would support a three-legged cat charity, mind you. However, sorry to say, this does not exist. However, what you'll see is, you have the About Us section there, and that is really important for you to actually, put your mission across to your potential supporters, saying, hey, we're fundraising for XYZ, whether it be a particular project that you're wanting to launch or a service you want to keep providing. This is where you need to, pitch and say to your supporter, support us because this is what we're doing. I'm sure they already know, because you're amazing, good causes and organizations and forces for good within the community. There you go. That's your About Us page. You do also have some quick, share links down the bottom, whether it be Facebook and Twitter. But in the admin dashboard, which I'll take you through in a moment, it's a little bit more robust in terms of how you can sort of share your information, your bits and pieces there. Beyond that, you can see that there's a target there for your ticket target. So, if you want to set a particular fundraising goal, the default is 50. You can edit that, change it, make it lower, make it higher, depending on what you want. But what this does is, when you're hitting that particular amount of tickets, that bar is basically the forecast of what you will raise annually based off of your current ticket sales that you're working towards. And because that fits into, great, we have this many tickets, this is what we're going to be raising at the end of the year. And then you go down to your About Us page, and that's what you're going to put the money towards. We also have, other bits and pieces on there, like the support account and when the next draw is and things like that. And I know it doesn't really help you all right now to say this, but of course, as I mentioned, we are giving this a bit of a spruce up. It will allow you to personalize it a lot more, provide more pertinent updates to your supporters about your achievements and your milestones that you're making when it comes to your fundraising journey on the community lottery there. But largely, this is what it looks like at this very moment. I've mentioned a couple times as well when it comes to marketing material, marketing assets. And not only is it about providing, an option for you to actually fundraise, but we provide the prizes for you and things like that, but we also provide a lot of the marketing assets as well. So you have things like Play Now and other bits and pieces when it comes to, hey, we've just launched on Welwyn Hatfield Community Lottery and things like that. But then there'll also be, a monthly suite of marketing material that actually gets released when it comes to those super draw bonus prizes that I've mentioned. So whether it be IKEA or whether it be the iPad or whatever it may be, every single month there'll be a whole suite of new digital leaflets, so you can put them into your e-newsletters or bulletins that you're sending out to your supporter base if you're doing that. And they're all actionable as well. So if somebody is looking at your e-news bulletin, they can actually click on the button within the leaflet that takes them to your good cause page, your specific good cause page. And this is the printed version, as you can see. So you can put this in high traffic areas at your offices or pop them around town. I hope they are put around town. I might have to come down from Manchester and check it out to see if there are any, in the town centre there. But the thing that you can see here with like the printable version of the leaflet has your QR code on there. Once again, this is all generated within the system. The QR code will take people directly to your good cause page. So really, when it comes to the marketing material, all you have to do is log in, download the leaflet that you want, or we do have banners specifically for Facebook and Twitter. So you can grab that stuff, pop it on, and then you're ready to rock and roll. As you can see here, though, we do have like gamble aware and 18 plus as well. So, making sure that we have that responsible gambling side, to it as well, making sure people are looked after and able to, find resources that they may need. One thing I'll also say about these leaflets is you can see there's like the bullet points there, tickets are £1 a week, things like that, right? That's actually customizable as well within the system. So what you'll be able to do is you can say, great, tickets are £1, whatever. I don't want to pitch pitch it as that. I want to pitch it as, what we're fundraising for, the services that we want to provide, bits and pieces like that. And so what you can do is when you go into your marketing section within the dashboard, you can actually edit those dot points, make them specific to what your message is. And then when you save it, the leaflet just gets regenerated with your customizations to it, and then you can go from there. So yeah, you got Play Now. There will be a lottery launch one, and then every single month, depending on what that new prize is, there'll be new bits and pieces there for you to use to keep the messaging and the leaflets, fresh, and the marketing sort of fresh. And that's no extra cost. It's just part of the platform, right? So every single month you'll be able to get some new material. Now I'm going to play this video, and last time I've had issues with sound. So if it sounds like coming through, I do apologize in advance, and I'll send you out a direct link. Just let me know if it is or if it isn't. I can see someone not coming through.
There's no sound.
Okay, sorry guys. I might be an issue with my team settings. Apologies everyone, but don't worry. Alas, I will get that through to you all. And what this does, it basically just runs you through what you would expect from your Good Cause dashboard, and in terms of being able to download your supporter information and things like that. All right. What I'll do is I'll quickly take you through what is actually entailed within your dashboard as a Good Cause admin. So when you log in as an administrator of your Good Cause page on the lottery, what you'll be able to see is your sort of graphs that are tracking your support account and your ticket count over time. And so you can sort of forecast, okay, great, this is what we're on track to raise annually. You'll be able to actually see data around how much you've actually raised to date as well. So both the forecast and what you've actually been paid out, current counts of your supporters and your ticket and all those bits and pieces there as well. You'll be able to go in and you'll be able to download all of your supporter information as well. And what you can do with that supporter information is you can see how many of them, how many tickets you've had over time from particular supporters. You can see the last time they were actually entered into a draw supporting you. You can see whether they're paying via direct debit or debit card. Are they one-off tickets? So there's block of 5, a month, 3, 6, or 12 months. Whether they're recurring payments as well. And of course, the contact information, if they have opted into receiving communications from you as the Good Cause on the lottery. And that's quite an important bit there, because what it does is it allows you to actually talk to your supporters and say, thank you so much for signing up to the lottery. We really appreciate from, being able to fundraise via you buying tickets. And yeah, we thank you. And of course, you could then give them a link to your wider mailing list and say, if you would like to opt in to receive updates from the wider, organization, not just related to the lottery, click here and opt in to our mailing list there. And yeah, so a lot of support information, and also when it comes to people who may no longer be supporting you because they bought one-off tickets, you'll be able to download that information as I just said, and actually re-engage them and go, hey, this month's prize is a Christmas bonus where it's a £2,000 prepaid MasterCard. We thank you for the support you've given us in the past. Why don't you sign up again and have a chance of winning this, and help us fundraise for X, Y, Z, as I've said. So as you can see, this is what the site looks like now. If you're not already looking at it currently, or if you haven't already had a bit of a peruse of the website there. So this has been designed in lockstep with the Borough Council, and it's powered by our Gatherwell engine. As I've mentioned when you're talking about the Good Cause page before, we do regularly update it, and we take the feedback not only from, say, the council, but also you as Good Causes quite seriously. If you don't talk to us and give us feedback about the platform, then we, won't know how to make it benefit you, in the best way possible and help you fundraise even more. So we regularly update it, and we're quite receptive of it. Any feedback you, the Good Causes, give to us. You can see here it's also a responsive website. So whether it be on a computer or a tablet or a mobile phone, people will be able to access the site to buy tickets. Even you, as a good cause admin, will be able to actually, log into your admin dashboard on all of these devices. And why I say that is because I have heard of good cause that were at like a fundraising event with other, people and other good causes, and they were speaking about being part of the community lottery, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's a great idea." So what they did was they just went into the admin dashboard, they opened up that printable leaflet that had the QR code, and they just zoomed in on the QR code and just held it out as people scanned it, and then were buying tickets to support them. So it's just in those ways you can be quite, agile when it comes to accessing your bits and pieces of information. And yes, you can edit your cause page. I have just seen that question come through. You can edit it, you can change it, you can update the details. As I said, we're in the middle of a bit of a redesign of it. So if you were to, in the previous sort of slide where I showed you the good cause page, you can see that banner on top of the website, that hero image. That is going to be across all good cause pages currently, but that doesn't mean that in the future we'll actually be able to provide more customizability, so that you can really give your own feel and touch to your good cause page at this point in time. And once again, as I've said, that's come from feedback from good causes that we've taken on board and spent time to invest and develop this part of the platform to make it easier for you to actually boost your fundraising. Once again, just want to make sure you all understand it's fully secure, it's PCI compliant, it's an accessible website as well. So we designed it to standards to be able to support people who may have vision impairments and whatever it may be, to actually be able to navigate the site, even using voiceovers. The color scheme is, within the standards of what the website, what websites should be legally, actually, to be able to allow people to also participate in that. We monitor the website 24/7 as well. We have a 99% uptime, so 99% of all time the website is available not only for your supporters but you as the good cause admins. And as I said, it's a very responsive website there. So this is part of what is part of the package, and it's really our mission at Gatherwell to be able to provide an effective fundraising tool for you. Now, one other thing. So I've mentioned Right Great. It's a way for you to fundraise. We provide the prizes, and we do all of the heavy lifting for you when it comes to communicating to your supporters. If they win, we pay out the winnings automatically to your supporters. We pay out the funds that you raise to you as the good cause. We provide marketing materials, and we also do the customer support, not only for your supporters, but you as a good cause, and also the council being what we would call the operator. And so you have a dedicated phone number here. So you as a good cause, if you're like, hey, I can't sign in, I want to add another administrator to the good cause so they can go in and access the back end of it as well, or I need to reset my password and I can't figure it out, give us a buzz. We're here 9 to 5:30, Monday to Friday. Get in touch. We're here to help. If you have a supporter that's contacted you that's having similar issues, you go, oh, okay, sorry to hear that. Here's the number. Give the support team on the lottery a call, and my team will be here waiting to help everyone, supporters to the operators there. And we also have an email address as well. If you don't have time to actually jump on a phone because you're in between meetings or you're on holiday, then swing us an email and we'll be more than happy to give you a hand with whatever it may be, even if it's explaining how the funds are paid out, when you expect the funds to come through, bits and pieces like that. And we also have social media pages set up as well, and what that does is, if there's winners for any supporter, we'll shout out, hey, we've had a £2,000 winner supporting this cause. We'll give you updates on what the new monthly prize is and things like that. So there'll be some social media accounts floating around already. They exist on Twitter and Facebook. So if you haven't, give them a follow if you want from your good cause page. What I like to do from time to time is when I go towards the launch of ticket sales, I actually tag the good causes in the post. So if there's anyone out in Welwyn Hatfield as a supporter and they don't know about the lottery, they can go, blimey, look at all the list of these good causes that have signed up. Which one am I going to choose? Because they're all worthy. So support for causes, support for supporters, and support for people like Joyce or Milan, who'll be helping out with the lottery there. So what's the role of the council? Because the council themselves, via that central fund, via that community fund, will essentially be a good cause, because the funds that go into the community fund will be basically put back into the community, right? So when it comes to that, though, the council will be responsible or part of, you know, the wider, you know, architecture of people who are promoting the central lottery in terms of not the central fund, but just the lottery in general. Hey, this is something that as a council we believe in. We want to provide more avenues for you, the good causes to fundraise. So go here, find a good cause to support, and you may win something out of it. Another thing that's quite important with this is the sort of returns that need to be sent to, you know, the Gambling Commission, saying this is how much the lottery's fundraised, bits and pieces like that. Once again, we automate that for the council. All they have to do is just submit it. There's nothing for you as a good cause to do. So once again, the only thing in this whole sort of environment of you being part of the lottery that you need to do is just talk about you being part of the lottery. So that's pretty easy if you ask me. So they'll do all the licensing and the returns. And of course, my support team is here, as I've just mentioned on the previous slide. The council will also be there just for general good practice and advice if it's ever needed, the overall administration of the scheme. And then, of course, as I mentioned at the top of this presentation, they will be assessing the applications coming from you, the good causes. I'm going to give you a quick little sort of example of a very successful lottery that we've launched. It was launched in 2015. So if you look at, you know, the figure there of raising £820,000 for local good causes, it has been going on for a while. The lottery is a bit long in the tooth there. But, you know, I think within, you know, the opportunity within Welwyn Hatfield, you could easily be, you know, in 5 years or so, seeing these numbers, you know what I mean? So they launched in 2014. They have over 360 good causes on the Buckinghamshire lottery, community lottery currently, and £820,000 is what's gone back directly to good causes, either by the good cause itself or going back into the central fund or being reinvested within Buckinghamshire. So that's a pretty awesome example there of what the lottery, you know, potential is. And these are just some quick, you know, examples of other good causes and what they've managed to fundraise. So you've got this cricket club here, Great Brickhill. They raised £1,300 a year, but since joining the lottery, they've actually raised over £16,000, and you know they invested that in the junior coaches. And the top tip there at the bottom is when it was the launch of the ticket sales, they had a bar at the club, so they just offered a free drink to anyone who signed up and bought a ticket. So if there's any people out there who have, you know, ways to encourage people in such a manner, then that's a nice top tip for you. We also got carers box as well, £1,400 they raise a year. There's £73,000 that they've raised since joining, and all they did was they added the sort of logo of the lottery into the email signature. So yeah, when people sort of looking at the emails that they're sending, they're like, oh great, they're actually on this lottery. I'm going to support them in this manner. We've got another sports club as well. They raise about £962 a year, but ever since joining, it's £8,200 that they would not have fundraised, but for being a part of the lottery. And once again, they use the leaflets that were in the marketing tab within the admin dashboard of the good cause. Downloaded it, popped it around notice boards in the village, and there you go, £8,200 that they wouldn't have been fundraising previously. So us as Gatherwell, and I guess in partnership with the council, but largely me and my team, like our commitment to you is we're going to provide you with a platform and a website that is going to be part of your fundraising tapestry. We're going to support you in this, right? If you have any questions, you get in touch with us. We're going to make sure that your good cause page is always going to be available. We'll be providing with the highest quality marketing materials that we can possibly provide to help you with your fundraising, giving you great insights via your good cause dashboard for you to sort of track your forecasting of fundraising, how much you've actually fundraised, how many draws you've been in. And that can actually be quite, you think, oh, great, I've been in 30 draws. Cool. What does that mean? That could be a social media post. Hey, our 30th draw on One Welwyn Hatfield Community Lottery is coming up. Why don't you guys, if you're not supporting us, why don't you join up and support us already? So there's all these different little data points that you can actually spin into a PR piece about, hey, support us in the lottery there. And of course, we provide like a weekly update emails to you as well, depending on how you're tracking and bits and pieces like that. So, we try and keep you up to date as soon as possible. We are very cognizant. A lot of you may be volunteers, you may not necessarily have a lot of time when it comes to this, and you sort of want to get it set up. do a post out every now and again, and sort of have that fundraising money trickling in. We totally get that. So really, we provide all of this, and it's up to you to make the most of it if you can. But of course, if you ever have any questions or need, I mean, you know how to fundraise, but within the lottery lens, if you have any questions or want to seek ideas, just get in touch with us via the support email, phone number. My team is raring to go to be able to support you in any way that we possibly can. We have a challenge as well, by the way. I mean, it's not locking anyone into anything. It's not part of the terms and conditions or a tick box that you have to select. So, but we always have a challenge of, by the first draw, it's a good indicator to have around 20 tickets, of that people have purchased that are supporting you. So that would be, £10 every single draw, right? And then that means if there's 4 draws, in a year, in a month, that's £40 there that you'd be getting paid out to you in that first particular little batch of when the lottery launches there. So, it's always a good indicator to have that. Keeping in mind that 20 tickets doesn't mean 20 people. People do often buy around 2 and a bit tickets. Obviously, that's just the average there, across all the lotteries that we run. So you'll see often you do have people who buy more than one ticket every single week. And we would say, go to your dashboard. It's a very helpful place. Not only does it have all the things I've spoken about being able to see marketing material, beyond that, right? And after we launch, right, after the ticket sales, we'll invite you all back to a dashboard session. If you'll sign up, we'll probably touch base sometime after the 19th of September, and I'll take you all through a bit of a demo of the cause dashboard as well. It is very easy to go through, but of course, if you just want to come along, if you're unsure how to do this or that, then we'll spend about an hour together, and I'll be able to answer any questions that you have. It'll be my pleasure to. Then, of course, as I said, spread the word. If you just tell people, hey, we've signed up to this, support us, you will get support, believe me. And as I said, we have had a couple of causes sign up already. We got the Welwyn Garden City Brownie Guide and Ranger Unit, so thanks for them for signing up. And obviously we got the Welwyn Hatfield CVS signing up as well. Pretty sure they put a new story up on the CVS website yesterday about this launch today. So it's great to have the CVS involved as well. And then of course you've got the central fund there, which you all may be able to benefit from rather when a year from now when there's a couple thousand or more pounds sitting there ready to be reinvested into the borough. So I've mentioned these key dates a number of times. So today is obviously the Good Cause launch. Thanks once again to everyone for coming. 19th of September, that's when ticket sales will begin. But then that's when you'll be able to actually see your Good Cause page. The marketing materials will be there, all those sort of bits and pieces there. And then, of course, the 14th of October, which is my birthday. So it's auspicious. So you all better sign up. Otherwise, I'll be coming after you. No, 14th of October, first draw. And then that's basically the day that you'll see the funds starting to raise. And then the first Tuesday in November, first payment comes out. Obviously, it's direct debit, so it may take a couple of days for it to get in there. But 19th, that's when the party begins. 14th is when the first draw is. But of course, you can start signing up today, and I hope you all do. So, if I may, does anyone have any questions? I'll go have a look at the chat as well to see if there's anything in there. Ross, first in.
Thank you, Josiah. That sounds brilliant. I'm sure everyone agrees as an excellent fundraising method for good causes. I had a question. If someone in the borough wants to enter the lottery, but they don't have a link to a specific good cause page, and they just go to the lottery website, where do them funds go? Do they go straight into the central pool, or does that get spread between all the causes on there?
Yeah, so what it will be is when they go to the website and they click on there's a little button at the top that says play, they'll actually see a list of all of you that have signed up. And it'll be randomized. So every time they go there, it won't preference one good cause or another. It'll sort of change over time. And they'll basically see, the Brownie Guide and Ranger Unit. They'll see the CVS, they'll see whoever else there, all listed there. So it'll be all the good causes, all viewed together for them to choose from to support. And then there is a button there that says, don't know who to support, and it'll go into the central fund and it'll go from there. So, hopefully that answers your question.
Perfectly, thank you.
Awesome. Michael?
Thank you, Josh, and thank you for a very informative presentation. A quick question and some maybe data and evidence. Have you seen that the platform has been accessed by all sections of the community, including people who might be less IT confident, for example? Going on, online fully is important in today's day and age, but also, I'm aware that there are still plenty of residents who run fantastic, activities for their, members, but they are, less confident to do stuff online, basically.
Yeah,
and
of course.
the question is and a question which is related to that as well. What if, how would you, and again, based on your experience, and obviously you've been running this for a number of years now, what if a particular group or section of a community has English as a second language? How would you sell it to them so it's accessible to all?
Yeah, great question. So firstly, we are largely online, but if there is someone who does possibly have issues or sort of a preference for not going on that sort of online tech route, they can give the support line a call and we'll set up a direct debit for them over the phone. So that's always an option. No problem with that at all. We do not do debit cards over the phone, just from like a PCI DSS sort of particular standard there. And so yes, if anyone doesn't feel confident going online, and we do see people of all, tech ability, either manage to go on and buy a ticket, and they go, oh great, that was easier than what I was expecting, or there is the site feedback that we have, and they'll come through going, I don't know how to do this. This is difficult. We actually see that come through, and we give them a call or an email and go, hey, have you seen that feedback come through? Can we help you in any particular way? But then, yeah, as I mentioned, the phone call to set up a direct debit is definitely doable. And then when it comes to a second language, I haven't tried it because I know, like, as an example, and this is maybe not helpful for some people who maybe not be tech savvy, but you can use things like Google Chrome that can translate the site, things like that. But largely, and this probably wouldn't be enabled for Welwyn Hatfield due to your geolocation, but we do sort of have a lot of our material and site that can actually support Welsh as well. But in terms of like, ESL, English second language, as I mentioned, if they're struggling to navigate the site, they've got the support team there. Send us an email, send us a phone, and we'll be happy to guide them through it as best as we can. Anybody else got any questions? I think David Coates, you mentioned, yes, the presentation will be sent around, and we'll go there after the team, someone from the council team, and we'll send that out to you as well. And I do see there, Renata, just give me one moment. Can anyone anywhere buy tickets for in the Welhat community? Yeah, so anyone across the UK, well, I think even maybe more Great Britain, due to Northern Ireland having some different regulation, can actually support it. So they don't have to be within the local community. Only you, the good causes, have to be within the local community or benefiting the local community, because this is for Welwyn Hatfield, right? Cool. Renata, how can I help?
Oh, hi. Yeah. Just wanted to check with you with the targets. Obviously, you said it defaults to 50 tickets, doesn't it? Is there an upper limit?
Yep.
And is that a monthly target, weekly target? How does that work exactly?
Yep. So that will be basically like a 20. Well, it's a weekly draw. So that target would be 20 tickets. Also, like as an example, in your weekly draw, there's no lower or upper limit. It's really up to you. It just defaults to that. Keeping in mind, like this is. And really, but what this is, it's not like a target for us as Gatherwell setting for you. This is your target for what you want to fundraise for. So if there's a particular project and you need funds for it, and you may be getting some funds from the grant side, and you maybe need to supplement that via the community lottery, then that's really up to you to decide how much you want. And of course, this is in your dashboard. And as I said, we'll have that dashboard session once ticket sales launch. So I hope you all come back to that. I'll take you through it. We will record that as well. And we have a knowledge base that we're sort of spinning up at the moment, so we can send you some nice helpful videos for you all. But you'll be able to go in and edit it. So you can reduce it, you can make it bigger. Hopefully you all have to increase it at some point because you are smashing your target. But yeah, nothing set in stone, no lower limit, no higher limit, ready to rock and roll. Awesome. Russ, you were next.
Yeah, is there a particularly common mistake that the good causes any good causes make them less successful with your platform than other ones, that maybe the guys here could learn from their mistakes?
Yeah, sometimes we see people sign up and then just don't do anything. Don't sign into the dashboard, don't download a leaflet, don't tell their community that they're part of the lottery. And so with every launch, there's a cohort of what we call zero-ticket causes, and they can sort of languish there for a while. We will contact them and sort of go, hey, you can see, you haven't downloaded anything and whatnot. Do you have any troubles using the dashboard? It's not to try and sort of force them to sell tickets. It's just to make sure that they actually feel comfortable and confident with using the platform. But in terms of, is there anything apart from that is sort of a good indicator of not being successful? Not really. That's why we sort of say what we have to do is just tell people that you're part of the lottery. If you don't tell people, then how are they going to find you? You can't rely on people wandering to the lottery and then going, oh, I'm going to go onto the play page and then finding you. It does happen, of course, but really the ones that don't necessarily benefit from a great deal are the ones that kind of sign up and then just don't really utilize it at all. So when you get approved, and largely on the 19th of September, if you go and sign in at about 9:30 in the morning or so is when everything should finish generating, then you'll be able to download a leaflet, download a banner, and and we know you may not be able to talk about the lottery all the time. You have different objectives, right? It's not always about you being on the lottery, but even a good thing is if you could maybe a post a week may not be maybe too much for some of the good causes here, but if you at least focus on trying to talk about you being on the lottery, and this is a way that you can help us fundraise every fortnight, once a month, then you surely will be on the way to actually benefiting from this whole initiative, really. Carol?
Hi. Just really wanted to understand a little bit about if you're regulated and kind of who you're audited by. I'm assuming you said it must be a regulated environment if you are part of a lottery.
Yep. So as an ELM, external lottery manager, we are licensed by the UK Gambling Commission. The operator, being the Borough Council, also has a local authority lottery license from the UK Gambling Commission. So I guess all those lottery returns that we have to, that are submitted periodically from the council as the lottery operator, that's all sort of audited by the UK Gambling Commission. And then I guess if you're asking for like a wider thing around Gatherwell as a business, we're audited by Ernst & Young.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. Anybody else? And if you think of a question after this, as I've mentioned a number of times now, I'm sorry if it seems like I'm a bit of a broken record, give us a call, send us an email. If you think of it, go, oh, I should have asked that. The email, the support email is already live, as is the phone number. So don't hesitate to get in touch, because we'll be more than happy to help. Anyone else? Alrighty. Well, I'll pass back to Milan if that's the appropriate person to pass back to. But I just want to say thanks to everyone for coming along today. I really hope that you all benefit from the lottery. Not only is the council, but as I said, Gatherwell, our mission is to help good causes. So I really hope that you'll benefit from this and see the foresight of the council to be able to actually implement this for you. So thanks to everyone for coming along.
Thanks, Joe. And I would just echo as well to say thank you to everyone who's obviously joined today to find out more information. I think a few links have actually been sent in the chat for where you can sign up. So you're able to do that now. So I definitely recommend obviously having a little look. I have recorded the meeting, so I will share that link as well as the presentation slides. So obviously you can go back to colleagues and share that information with them. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining today, and hopefully we'll see you all signed up to the lottery.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you all.